still in town was for that meeting. I guess it's sort of ironic that I work there now.
It's that time again where we
Detected. Nearby location. Guarded by hostiles. Hostiles. Guarding location nearby.
How we doing, Banditos? We're back. So I optimized the settings for the stream, so it should be better than yesterday, but we are into PTS, and I have no arms. Or legs, for that matter, but I do have a head. It's really weird. The regular game loads up fine, but the PTS looks all funky monkey. But either way,
Detected.
your stream, let me know, but it should be less stuttery. It's not perfect, but, you know, it is what it is. But just remember, this is just testing situation, so it's not my normal equipment, but a little bit better than yesterday. So still no arms and legs. I don't know what's up, but I don't want to reload in this whole thing because it takes a long time to download. But like I said, yeah, the regular game renders just fine. It's weird because I do have that on here. So I did do my full analysis on the LMG set, and it's quite good. So our biggest worry was the stacking, and I think it can be improved. I would like it to be improved, but in heroic gameplay, I have no problem maintaining the full stacks most of the time. And this is with the shitty gear set, right? I mean, shitty setup. I'm gonna have skill haste and just random shit, you know. So no gunner. It's rough with no gunner. I gotta say, you gotta run gunner with this thing. It's rough because you do run out of ammo because you're maintaining those stacks, right? And so it's forcing you to constantly be shooting, kind of like a frenzy situation. You want to always be shooting. So, but yeah, it's really good. It's really good. I think it will compete with Striker. You know, they're all very similar, and what really stands out about this one isn't the damage. It's the magazine size, and that's why you want to run it. And you could argue for the weapon handling as well, but, you know, Striker gives weapon handling too, and Umbra gives 30% reload speed, so, you know, and then Umbra gives 40% rate of fire, Striker gives 30% rate of fire, this gives 30% LMG damage. So those are all the same stats. So the key stats are what's differentiating them, because you don't want to do side by side on damage because, you know, they're all getting the job done. But Striker wins, you know, yes, it's the strongest, but what makes it win is that it's easy. This is easy too. It ends up being really easy. It's point, shoot, it's stacks. You don't have to kill anybody. You don't have to crit to get the stacks. It's a good gear set, and both the chest and the backpack are working phenomenally together. So get more stacks here. That's more weapon handling and more damage. That's 37.5% weapon handling. So you're landing more stacks, and you're cutting into your reload, which would be your biggest worry. Basically, and then the backpack doubles your crits. This is 300% crit damage just from the gear set. You know what I mean? So whatever you throw on there on top of your build, you know, from Killer, I think Strained is going to be really good on this, actually, even better than Killer, because the gear set doesn't require any on kill, and you're adding that on kill element, which makes your first kill harder. And when you don't have a lot of stacks, right? So your first kill is noticeable. And on top of that, this 10-second timer thing, you know, it times out, right? And so I think Strained is fairly ideal with this situation. I think you're going to have a better uptime, but it's really kind of a pain in the ass to measure that, but that's what I suspect. So try it, see which one you like. They both work fine, but I think Strained could help you with your first kills better. But yeah, really good. I mean, I would run it just like this, you know, with the holster and the mask being your variable. But I would recommend the chest and the backpack. I don't think it's worth losing the backpack for something like the memento per se. That's doubling your crit chance. I mean, crit damage. That's huge. You know, that's what takes you from 150 to 300%. And you can maintain it. Yes, you're maintaining that 300%, especially in heroic and legendary. You know, it's a little harder. You know, you yourself get suppressed more often. You kill less. You know, you got tanks and you got chungas and drones and all that stuff is suppressing you, right? So it is what it is, but you're probably going to want that damage anyways, right? And the chest is having to bring in the valuable too, like the weapon handler. I don't think you're going to want to lose that. But either way, the question is, where does it fit in the game? It's good, no doubt. Is it better than Striker? You know what I mean? And so from the damage reason, they're probably, it's side by side. It'd be interesting to do a DPS check. I don't have the equipment to do that, but they got to be pretty fucking close. 300% amp damage. I'm sorry. What is Striker? 100% if you run the backpack and not the chest, you know, versus 300% crit damage. And then you throw in the Striker's extra 100% amp damage, and they got to be fucking close, right? This sounds like more, though, just from the sheer quantity of crits that you have. But what levels it out is the deterioration, and that has to be a factor. It has to be. Because I know we can spreadsheet Striker's peak damage and tipping skills peak damage, which is probably more than Striker, based on those numbers. When you think 300% crit damage plus the 30% LMG damage. Now, Striker gives you the rate of fire, so that has to be a factor too. But either way, they're going to be in the same ballpark, right? And Striker doesn't deteriorate as much, and so that's probably what gives Strikers the edge. This deteriorates a little bit more, although you can maintain it. You just got to factor that in, you know? It'll be interesting to see the numbers, though. So I'll try to plug them in the calculator, but, you know, I might not get around to it until next season when we actually get this stuff. But, yeah, it's cool. It's cool. I'm liking it. Fun. Feels great. But it's all about the magazine size. I just want to emphasize that. It's not necessarily about the LMG damage and the crit damage. I mean, maybe the LMG damage for maybe a really good Pestilence build or something like that. But it's the differentiator really is the magazine size. When you put these things side by side and you just look at them and think about them, you know, and you got Striker with its weapon handling in there. This thing brings weapon handling, but Striker's just applies. You don't have to stack it. You know what I mean? It's just there. This you have to stack for that weapon handling. This has LMG damage. Striker gives you rate of fire, right? There's a trade-off. It's not as much rate of fire. LMG damage might outpace that from a pure DPS perspective, because 30% is a lot. compared to the 15%. And then you got Umbra giving you 40%, right? And Umbra gives you the reload speed, which is like a form of weapon handling, which is the most critical factor of your weapon handling with an LMG. Landing shots matters. But with this particular setup, your reload speed impacts your damage because you decay. So it's going to come down to that top stat. It's magazine size on this one. You know, and then Striker, it's going to be its rate of fire. And then on Umbra, crit chance. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit tough, but you kind of get the point. Is it the crit chance? Is it the reload speed? All factors. Skelly, 43 mows. Is Twitch? Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't turned on Twitch. My bad. Fuck. I was testing the stream before I went live. I forget to hit the switch. Goodness gracious, Skelly. Goodness gracious. So, okay, so that's that. I got a full review coming at you in the morning. We're going to talk about it all. But that's kind of the gist of it. I think you guys are going to like it. My suggestion for the devs was to maybe ease off on those stacks a little bit. Maybe cut them in half. That's quite aggressive. But at the same time, in heroic content, I was able to maintain my full stacks for a good chunk of it, you know. All right. Sorry, let me go back to my game. There we go. And then I told them also, hey, you know, keep it up when it comes to these backpack and chest talents, because we got enough shit in the game. You know what I mean? These are like, it's really refreshing to see a good stat here, right? So, yeah, today we're going to go look at the exotics. That's good. I'm glad you're asking. We got a couple of them. Good segue. So the Shroud, I think, will be where we start. And this is a sniper. And basically, you get more damage when you hit, which one is it? The implement to the highest ranking enemies within the tier hierarchy. So we're looking at... I guess tier 1, right? On this one, because the gloves was tier 3. So hunters, rogues, any leaders, tanks, shields, heavy weapons, RPGs, medics, controllers, warhounds, and marauders. That's where this weapon shines, and it's built on the M700, I believe. So it's already a strong weapon. It's got a good set of mods. Headshot damage there, crit damage, another 20, so we're at 45, and then some reload speed. So let's assemble a build for it. Let me make sure I got this thing saved. And let's get to work. Crit chance, swap speed. I guess we'll take the crit chance, huh? Let's craft for some stuff here. Probably hotshot, right? We might... I mean, I wish I could have the... the Ninja Bike backpack. It would kind of be good with this, because that new brand set with its 30% is tempting. I didn't get any in-game exotics, no. I only got the new exotics coming this season. So I have the other one, which is the Tempest. It's a little fully auto with basically no talent. It only kicks in when your shield breaks, so it's a pistol with no talent. But it is fully auto. The gloves are pretty good, though. So with this one, you're going to deal damage to a lot more damage against a variety of enemies in the which is the tier 3. So anybody but tier 1 and tier 2. Yeah, it's weird. And they tier 2, tier 1, tier 3 seem to all be getting different levels of damage. So it's not like all or nothing. It seems like they get a little bit of damage, but very low. Yeah. No, you can't. They're not there. They used to be there. I agree. I know what you're talking about. I just looked again to see if they added them, but they didn't. So I got a materials cache, a blueprints cache, and this season's gear cache, but there is no exotic cache. But I've seen it in the past where you get all exotics. So I can craft just about anything, except I can't craft the exotics because I don't have the exotic to trade up on, you know? You need that cache. So we have this new exotic section down here, but you can't access it unless, I guess, we go out there and get the blueprint. But this is what's showing, and then you would need to go earn the blueprints. So no raid exotics, no locked exotics, not even the Palisades exotic, SMG, whatever that thing's called. So they're all just standard exotics. And if you're lucky, you get the Sacred Imperium, which I bet is the first one you're going to get. But yeah, it doesn't look like you get the new exotics. The 2 new masks aren't here. They'll probably add the latest, I imagine. No, you know what? I don't think they're adding them because you can only get those from missions. So anything that's like prescribed to something doesn't seem to be on the list. They're all the general pool exotics. Yeah. That's what it seems like. I mean, how many mementos do you need? Okay, I'll go to the vendor. Yeah, I'll look. I just looked, but, you know, I mean, it's possible I missed it. Sorry if you hear me munching in the background. I'm trying to get my dinner down.
We need reinforcements.
Agent, we got a distress call from an Agent Hoskins. Bell is ready to take you to Brooklyn.
Yeah, that's my air conditioner. I just turned it off. Sorry. See, these are seasonal journeys. I mean, I guess it's better than nothing. Is that what you meant? I did see these, you were right. I didn't grab them, though. It's better than nothing, you're right. They're the seasonal journey ones that you get, which is pretty cool, right? You know, they give you a gear set, but I remember seeing like this exotic cache that the players would have, where there would literally be one cache you'd open up and you'd get every exotic. Oh, there's a ninja bike. We were just talking about that. That's awesome. Good job, Dragon. The vial's nice. Can I just keep buying those? Probably can, huh? To your point, I see what you're saying. I think I see what you're saying, Dragon. You're saying just keep buying these random ones and keep getting random exotics. All right, I see what you're saying. I didn't think about that. You're smart. Oh, well, they're not random, though. So keep buying them would just give me the same shit. Either way, you're smart. So I'd get dukes, right? Yeah. Yeah, so I just keep getting the same thing here. Just check. Yeah. All right, cool. We got it. So sniper, and then we were gonna assemble using the ninja bite, because I think if we can use 3 and 3, so use the chest piece of this set and get that 30%, that's pretty good damage. It's instead of vigilance. So let's see if I have something there already. I might have to craft it. So here's an urban lookout. So I can add that talent to the library and then use basically that one. So that works. Tinkering, library, chest, talents, and then headhunter. I meant to see if I have the smart cover. I don't. I have to go to Brooklyn to get it, I think. I guess. I own the Brooklyn DLC on this, but I haven't made my way. So we would need 2 pieces of that. So one would have to be the chest, and the other one could be wherever I got the best stat, right? That was not bad. I mean, I don't need accuracy, but at least it's got the God rolled headshot. Let's see what we got over here. There we go. Okay, we'll use that one. So then we need... God, I don't even know if we need 3 pieces of hot shot. We might just do 2, right? Holster. And then a Habsburg. God, that would make us fucking strong, right? Pandemic, what up? Thanks for hanging out. Dialox is back. Nice. Quick second here. I need to move my window for the chat. Okay. Retaliation was pretty fun. You liked it, huh? I mean, that's the sound of it. You know, from the meter. Kamerska, what up? Yeah, the new sniper looks good. That's what we're working on, too. Did you get just blueprints, or were you getting other things, too, Dialogues? Because I notice sometimes Yannick isn't aware of some details, you know, which is, I get, you know, he's up there working on big picture stuff, but, you know, there's little details that he sometimes doesn't get the chance to present. And so I'm wondering if there were other rewards that would be appealing to long-term players, right? Not gonna have room for... We'll see. We'll see how this pans out. Hold on a second. See if we can get a good... Because I think down here we might want to put on a Habsburg and pick up that 40% or 20% weapon damage plus the 13 headshot. It's got to be close. You know what I mean? Oh, no, never mind. It's not close. We want the Habsburg here because then we don't have the chance thing. I mean, I like 4-piece headache, but we're going to be missing shots, right? Because this is not the determined talent we've known to love. You know what I'm saying? So let's get that Habsburg down there. Which is the worst piece I have? I guess the mask, huh? Oops, now we want this. Yeah, we can get an armor core, but... Ew. We don't have a hard date yet, but it's going to be early September. Wow, are they all skill pieces? We just need a headshot damage roll. Not health and status effects. Close. Come on, man, do it. These are bullshit rolls. There we go. Thank you, sir. All right, and then let's take one of these. Go to our library, go to masks, core attributes. Let's extract something godly here. Yeah. All right, and now we just need our mods. I don't have too many here. I've just been saving some random ones that I got. Good enough. So that puts us at just shy of 300, but hefty on the damage. And decent, right? 30% marksman, 30% handling, 30% headshot damage. And this gives us 30% more marksman rifle damage and a little bit of other perks. And then we got 13 and 20. This should hit pretty fucking hard. I got no arms. I got no arms. Can we one tap an elite? That's always the question. Come on, baby. Whoa, we can! 11 million, no crits on a shit build. That was tight, bro. 46 or something. Yeah. Wow, that's one of the first snipers that could do that. Now, it's got to be the right archetype. Apparently it is. But, that's awesome, man. That's awesome. Yeah. That's our build, folks. I mean, you don't have to, but 11 million gives us 1 million grace. So, I mean, you could shave some shit here if you wanted to and put on... so you could maybe take off the 30% headshot damage or something, one of these. you know, if you wanted to get rid of the ninja bike, and you could put on vigilance and then run, you know, armor on kill, or run a pallet, Bellstone. I don't know if I have snipers marked up here. Let's just go double check. I think I might have added it. Yeah, it's there. So, and the build would be semi-versatile. You could switch out to another weapon. Not the fucking instigator. Well, let's just go see. It might be strong enough to not give a fuck of what the enemy is. You're either perking or you're not perking, you know what I mean? Okay, I'm gonna mute my mic for a minute or two, okay, guys? Because I'm gonna chomp on some food while we gameplay.
Hostile control point nearby. Reinforcements incoming.
I need to nail this guy.
Serious trauma detected. Reinforcements in place. Heavily armored hostile detected. Incoming hostiles detected.
See that shot?
Moving in from cover. I'm here for you. Should've left us alone. Shit, I gotta move. Hit me while it explodes. They're in the open! Now!
Over there! I'll take care of this one.
Wait, please reload!
I'll cover you! Won't be getting up again.
Nice!
Away from me!
Moving to their side! There! On the side!
No bullets left!
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Think we're helpless, huh? I'm reloading here. This way.
I'll keep an eye on you! All right! I got one! Moving around me! That's it, right? This is what it's come to?
Rogue agent detected.
Got my weapon ready.
Hostile sniper turret detected.
There you are. What's up? No one can protect us but us.
They won't see us coming this way. You can count on me.
Immediate medical assistance needed.
Oh, that hurt!
Rogue agent eliminated. Supply room access unlocked.
That felt really good. They really are. Yeah, they're part of the void now. Exactly. Who needs legs when you got a shroud sniper? I don't got legs or arms, bro. It's really annoying. It's just on the PTS for me. I don't know. I might have been a bad download or something, but you know, this is only up for a couple of days, so I don't want to fuck around with it. We'll just get our feedback and get out of here, you know what I mean? But that felt really good. The sniper feels great. I mean, the reload speed is amazing. The size of the mag is amazing. Because if this really is the M700, that thing's got a horrible fucking reload. I think it's the M700 Carbon, probably. But either way, it's fucking great. I mean, that felt great. I mean, this is a shitty one. I got crit chance on here. So we're hitting over 11 million, not on a crit against the right target. Now, the annoying thing is you got to remember what your fucking targets are, you know? You got to be like, oh, because if you lose your stack, you want to go for your priority target in a sense. So your tier ones, right? So like a medic, you see a medic, a heavy weapon guy, controller, a shield dude. That's weird because, wait, let me look at that again. Because our first shot in the game was against an engineer. And we hit him over 11 million. So let's look at it. Some more testing against other targets here real quick. Make sure grabbing the gear in case we need any of this shit. I got no legs. I got no legs. I wonder if it's because I got no apparel in the game. They're just like fucking with me. Let's fast travel to this. Yeah, you want to try the new gloves? Okay, before we do that, let's check out our first shot here. That is, Evander. Good job, bro.
Hostile control point identified.
Wow, I'm impressed, man. I'm impressed. Because that's an old fucking movie. That's exactly where it's from. We're all old. Welcome to the club. Okay, so an engineer is supposed to be tier 2, and that's a medic. So medic would be... Okay, he's tier 1. And then that is, I think, considered a support. An immobilizer. Let's try him. So he's a tier 2. Well, nothing happened apparently. Because I suck. Alright, hold on. Yeah, that's really low damage. That was a crit on his head. Let me wipe it. Hold on, let's try it again. 4.9. The other one was a body shot. So yeah, that's quite a bit different, right? It's half.
Reinforcements en route.
So let me get him out of my way, and then we'll go shoot that medic. Sorry, that stutter's fucking with me here.
Science critical.
Going down, agent.
God damn it.
Agent down.
There's like this
Zero.
a lag point that fucks with me, like freezes for a quick second. That's right, Rowdy. He was on his skateboard, remember? I have no legs. It was like, we could see that.
Reinforcement complete.
My level is 3. But normally it's 17,000. So here's a grunt. So 4.49 on a regular NPC. So yeah, so he must be low tier. Where is that medic? Oh, here's the immobilizer. We already saw him. I mean, once you have a head under, nobody matters, right?
I'm watching you.
And I'll get you one of these. Let me give you something to run. Yeah. Okay, then I'll destroy it.
Okay, I see that medic. Yeah, look at that. That was shit damage. See, some of these are not good damage, you know? So you're two-shotting all the same on some dudes, but it does give you a choice, you know, to kick off a fight with a one-shot if you have the right configuration out there, which you probably will. And a lot of heroic shit. You just have to have it memorized what your targets are, which is the annoying part, I think, is like you got to remember. I'm trying to get that wait for that medic here. Let's get some elevation.
Smash it to pieces. Got you.
God damn it, I keep hitting his body. 9.6. That would have been a kill shot if I had a more optimal build, I guess, huh? So medic top? Yeah. Must not have been a clean shot, I guess, because it should have been higher.
Armor's busted. I'm going to destroy it.
Need to change mags. They're coming for me.
Get out of there.
Yeah, but I think the gloves would be ideal with this, right? As you suggested, to offset. So we'll try that next for the next wave.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
So that's an engineer. 12 million. That would look like a crit. So it was almost 13 million, but still, it's great. So cleared it. All right, let's see if we can get that bossy boss. Oh, did you see that chunga that I took in 2 shots in that last control point?
I'm not done with you.
It's 11 million on a immobilizer. Seems inconsistent. We'll clear it. 34 million body. Okay, so we're cleared. Let's see if we can get this boss.
Over there, behind that cover.
It's a sniper boss.
I can smash it to pieces.
12.5 again. Would she be a heavy weapon? Or all other? I mean, I hit her over at over 12 million without. She's got to be a tier 1, right?
We gotta pull out now.
Unless the crit was enough
Detecting
to
additional
pull it over.
hostile contacts.
Okay, let's put on the gloves. Let's see if I have a backpack that. Guess we can use companion. Stoppable force. So we're now running 30% there. So we lost 30% headshot damage. That's the cost, huh? And then this set wouldn't make sense anymore. Or we'd have to lose Habsburg. Habsburg would probably be more efficient. Let me see if I can get the mask on. One of these urban pieces. Okay, so we got our 30% marksman rifle back. I'll take that over Habsburg. 5, so that is more. 5.2. $13.
Just leave us alone.
Let me break my stack here. 12.2.
Try.
Let me kill my stack. All right. So let's see, Grenadier Lady. 6 million. There's more. It's only 30% more though, right?
There. Now's our. I'm reloading. You want some more?
Can't get a shot on them.
They stay away from the scope, don't they?
Sights. Don't panic.
God, that next hit is hard.
Problem.
It went from 9 to 40.
They're coming after me.
7, 5. So I don't know if the gloves are doing much for us here. Because, you know, like we say, you're either one-shotting them or not.
They're going to pay. Back cover powering rifle.
Maybe if we run a different multiplier, you know, if we optimize the build more for the gloves. Because the gloves also are running crits.
Just wait for them. Run.
So what I mean is like, maybe a vigilance on the backpack or something like that. So now I'm gonna kill him with the stack. Let me see if I can get rid of my stack. Oh, good. Okay, stack deleted.
Gotta get this in. I see.
9 million. So he was an engineer boss. So an engineer is a tier 2 here and a tier 2 here. So we didn't get any perk for him really. You know what I mean? So for the gloves you want tier 3. I don't like the tier thing. I think it is a little confusing. I mean, I get it. I wish it could be a little bit more simplified.
Supply room access unlocked.
Yeah, it's awesome. It's fun. I think, who's going to use it, you know? A select few. No doubt. There are going to be people that love it. And then there are going to be people that are like, yeah, but I got my determined. Or what else do we have now? The Tinkerer, you know, and you could put on, I mean, it's a play from cover sniper with Lucky Shot is pretty clutch, you know. I know Lucky Shot doesn't get a lot of love, but it is. It's pretty fucking good.
Agent, thank you. Good job.
Yes.
No, I don't think so, Black. No way. No way. I mean, it feels good. It hits hard, but you know, it's the power fantasy kind of washes out at a certain point because of a headhunter. You know, headhunter is always going to be the real meta, no matter what sniper you put on it. You know, it takes over the damage. So, you know, Nemesis or not, you know, even a White Death will pull out on a standard sniper build more damage than you need in Legendary. All of them are chain killing, you know. All of them require chain killing in order to take out the strongest enemies. You know, I can't pull out the Nemesis and hit a fully scaled up elite and Legendary and kill him on my first bullet out of cover. You know, I'm going to have to kill somebody first, at least one NPC first. You know, so it is in Legendary, the most difficult enemies, it's always going to be multi-shot. You know, and so until that changes, until a sniper, I mean, that's a big leap, right? That's a 25 million out of shot. This one's hitting 12. We saw 13, up to 13 on our strongest shot, first shot out of cover. So we need twice the damage in order to create a new meta, basically. Because otherwise, Headhunter is the real meta when it comes to snipers. It doesn't matter the sniper. You know, some minor differences, right? You got mag size and mod slots and whatever. But they're all doing the same thing. One-shotting elites or not one-shotting elites. And most of them cannot one-shot elites, even in Heroic, out of cover. First shot without a stack. This one can. Select few. The Nemesis can. Select few, and maybe the Model 700. They kind of nerfed the Mantis a little bit, so you know, borderline some of the other ones can, but even then, some of us say, well, it's not really worth it because I'm just going to chain kill anyways with one of my determined builds, you know. So if it takes one extra bullet to get the party started, then yeah, I'll just do it that way, you know. But the Nemesis can do the job. So, and it's not selective. This is great, and I love it, but I think it's going to be for the connoisseurs of snipers. Or, you know, I'm sure somebody who does some weird, you know, setup for palisades so that they can shave 5 seconds off of their clear time. You know what I mean? Is going to figure out some trick play to it. Or, you know, if you're going to shave off 13 seconds from your raid clear, you know, then maybe there's a use for it. You know.
In Brooklyn. We need reinforcements.
Agent, we got a distress call from an Agent Hoskins. Bell is ready to take you to Brooklyn.
I'm curious to see what the cap is on this.
Here you go. Best gear in the city. Come take a look.
I don't think Rifleman is a sniper setup. I think Rifleman is only for rifles. What up, Current? So 12.5 on crit, 11 point something on without it, 46, 48. What's this next shot? 46, 48. Let me try to throw vigilance on here. Anything good? Araldi. And it's got the right stats. It's got companion. It's less. Yeah, I can't see. Oh, we lost. See, if you do that, then you lose this thing. Let's get rid of Habsburg and put on that mask again. This would be interesting. That's higher. So is that. And it kind of flattens out a little bit. 52. It went up. It's a crit, but 50 without crit. So that's more damage. This 3 set is good, and we can make it stronger. If we put the 3 set on the back, dealing with headshot damage, which I don't have. Oh, we might have perfect.
That was killing me.
Let's just try this. Actually, we want the urban one because I don't want to have to add a red core. Nice. Okay, so now we just need the talent to add to the... I think if I just go to Providence, it'll get it real fast. Providence! There you are. Oh, the gift. We can't transfer that, but let's see what we get. Where's the regular Providence? Is there no regular Providence back here? That's lame. Guess it doesn't matter. All right, give me that vigilance. Let's do this. We could do it.
Could probably make some string out of old plastic bottles. Handy.
Jesus Christ, what a bunch of crap. Why wouldn't they just load us up with everything? Isn't that what you do with testing scenarios? I mean, you just load it all up, you know? Jesus Christ. Bloodsucker's a nice option, though. Let's add that to the library. At the very least, we're going to need that for some other stuff.
You need help with something?
Still no vigilance, though. What's up with the skill builds, huh? God, I wish they didn't provide us crap talents. That's the annoying thing, I gotta tell you, man. I'm just sick of them making us these crap talents. I swear it's a conspiracy. It's on purpose, man. There it is. Awesome. I mean, I think they're like, you know, you got to have crap talents in the pool. Not everything can be godly on RNG, you know? So we got to add crap talents. What up, Soundwave? We're making our way through, you know. They're shaping up. The gear set is where I put most of my analysis on earlier today and last night, and the gear set's sick. I think it's not fancy. It doesn't have bells and whistles, but it's straightforward. It's easy to use, and it's got some interesting utility and a lot of damage. And now we're working on the sniper, and I like it. I mean, it's not perfect, but you know, it's got this tier thing, and so it's not going to apply the same damage on everybody. But basically, it's saying this is what this weapon is saying, in my opinion. Hey, I'm a good weapon to kick off the fight with if you pick the right target. You know, so do you have that target in front of you? Use me. So on a regular control point or checkpoint, you're looking for a medic, a controller, or a shield guy. And probably not going to pick the heavy weapons dude. Because he's, you know, imagine what a heavy weapons guy has in armor. And heroic solo, he's like 35 million. If you have to break his helmet, you know. So you're going for that medic, I guess, or controller. I mean, the question is, what is the controller? So the drone operator is somebody else, and an engineer is somebody else. You know, so what is a controller? So it'd be nice to know. But either way, it's a cool weapon. I like it, and it does hit hard. But so does the Nemesis. I think we'd want that 30% headshot damage. Guess it doesn't really matter where we put it.
It feels so good to sit down. My back is killing me.
Well, we still have a big reveal coming for Gamescom. So maybe Gamescom will give us something like that, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if they cave in on that. But like, it would be a smart strategy for the devs to be like, hey, look, between now and Division 3, let's just give them what not risky shit that we know they'll love. I mean, retaliation is low risk. I think they saw, you know, it's one of these little, how do you say, little systems, kind of like, it reminds me of priority objectives in a way, right? It's like this little system that they add to the game. I just need a better headshot roll on them, really. Let's see if I can get something here. Oh, it's all crap. fine. We'll take that. And let's re-roll this.
Bottles. Might come in handy.
I think that would be the stronger version. And then let's put the mod back here. Let's see if this can outperform the ninja version. If that first shot hits really hard. $12.9 non-crit, 13 million. It's the stronger one. I mean, maybe you can get the Sawyer's knee pads involved. If you use your smart cover, you get more damage. Obviously, the Achilles pulse, it never fucking works. $54 non-crit. That's pretty fucking good. The only thing about this set is you're getting 30% marksman rifle damage, but couldn't we get that with, can we get that with lesser pieces? I'm not sure we can, actually, because Habsburg would require 2 to get 2 pieces to get 20. And then we'd need another third piece. I mean, which would be, you would need 3 pieces to get the same. You know, so 2 Habsburg and then 1 not Providence, 1 Heraldi to get basically the same. Where you would win is you'd get 13% more headshot damage, but that wouldn't be game changer on this kind of build. So you'd be trading, what do you want, 5% skill efficiency or 13% headshot damage on a build that doesn't really need any more headshot damage. You know what I mean? Although that is more damage. Accuracy is not doing a ton here. And then the Habsburg, the 2 pieces Habsburg would have to be red. So you're looking for one of those is going to be a unicorn, because it's going to have to be a chest on the backpack, and not very many people have that. So it's almost unachievable if you consider it that. Because you might be you might get your headshot damage, your talent, and your core, but you might not get that second attribute. You might get something like skill haste and status effects, which is what often happens. And so you're going for this just tiny bit more damage potentially, but losing now a weapon handling core to do that. And the skill efficiency. Also, you could have 13% more headshot damage. It doesn't quite seem like a fair trade. There would be, but the gloves didn't seem impactful on the build. Because from what I could tell, I mean, it would require more testing, but my first impressions, we just tried them, and it just didn't seem impactful. So 30% amplified damage to the lowest enemy, and it's either you're one-shotting them or not, and that 30% amp didn't seem to be making the difference, although it sounds like a lot. And then you're losing the headshot damage and, and then you're losing headshot damage and weapon handling and a brand talent to a variable. That isn't, it would be especially bad if it's not making or breaking the build. And then if you run that, you lose either this 3 set or this 3 set, right? Which is something. Of course, we're not running modifiers. That might push the damage up even higher. Let's get out there and use this version. Let me... Yeah, but yeah, the gloves might work, you know. It'd require more tinkering. The numbers I look at basically are 10 million, 14 million, and then 25 million. Those are the numbers I like to cross. 10 million for your average heroic elite, and then 14 million for your legendary solo, and then 25 million for your full group elite and legendary. So he doesn't count.
Reinforcements.
So a lot of enemies fall into the mid tier, and so that's where the gloves fell. So both the we need to get out of line of sight here. Both the gloves and the sniper, they overlap on that mid tier, and there's so many enemies there. You going above me, buddy? There you are. Sorry, I'm trying to use my vigilance. You can't have it disabled. So that's an engineer. There's this drone operator. So drone operator is a number 2. So she's a tier 2. Ooh, that warhound didn't die off of that shit. I thought he was a tier 1. We have to look at that. It's engineer, huh? Okay, so warhounds. Yeah, warhound's a tier 1. Why wouldn't he have died? That was with a headhunter stack. And then an engineer is a tier 2. Okay, so that's why he didn't die. Who do we got down here? Another engineer? And here's a grunt. You just have to know your targets. You'll have to memorize them because you have options. And so who's my first shot gonna be? Really far. Really? Not even a grunt? That sucks. Does this zoom? It does zoom. Nice. So who do we have left, right? So the engineers are crap. The grunts are crap. Immobilizer? Peak damage right there, 54 million. Let's clear it. So, yeah, what are we looking for here? So, heavies, shields, a medic. Heavies, shields, or medics. So, this guy doesn't count. But we had the damage to do it anyways, so that's good. I mean, the base damage is good.
Armor hostile detected.
Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo!
I've got
Second shot scales so well. Yeah, our first shot is 12.9.
moving on me from the barrier.
Incoming hostiles detected.
I'll watch the back.
Run this thing with the shield. Now we're talking.
Let me below.
Medic. See if we can get his head. Oh boy. There it is. 12.4 on the medic. First shot. Kill, I mean. 49.
I'll cover you. I hit.
Let's look at an immobilizer. 28. Cleared. Let's try it again.
Get the
5. Oh, it's 12.9. So immobilizer counts. But immobilizer's tier 2. I don't get this tier shit. Let's clear that. Okay, so here's an engineer.
can't see him.
Cover.
Take him down. Come on. Come on.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Okay, we're clear. Let's get another head. What do we got here? Mobilizer. Let's double check him. 11.1. I mean, so that's he's counting, right? Take out his turret. Okay. Then let's hit that engineer. Okay, he counted. So maybe he's considered a controller? I don't know. Either that or the build is just strong and I'm
Can't shoot him from here.
not hitting my true potential first shot number.
There'll be more tomorrow.
Yeah, it's a new gun. It's pretty sick. Yeah, it's doing well. It's putting up some good numbers. I'm just trying to figure out I'm trying to decode the fucker. The shroud. So a couple of those enemies were so the boss that we just killed, she would have been like any other, right? 'Cause she's a grenadier. I don't know what you think she classified. We need a fucking chart, apparently. We need to chart the archetypes. They just assume we know the definitions.
Supply room access unlocked.
I don't know if I get a talent showing when we get a kill. Good question. Doesn't I wouldn't think so. It would be nice if it said tier 1, tier 2. That would be fucking helpful. Yeah, that's good feedback, actually. It should tell you. And then you would know. You would just have it memorized after a while.
Friendly control point nearby.
Or when you hover over. If it's like a certain color. Oh, here's a good little engagement, right? You know what I mean? Like maybe it gave you an indication. Like red, green, and yellow. So the boss would count. We know that because he's a heavy. And so would that guy. So let's hit that. Oh, nice, bro.
Medical assistance needed. Agent out of action.
Oh, great.
Vital signs critical.
Oh, it's lagging bad.
Agent vital signs 0.
Jesus Christ, I had no chance. Bozzy, the best healer is going to be Future. Future Initiative. Do you have those pieces? They're available now to farm. You want to run the BTS glue. Yeah, backpack and chest. Definitely the chest. I mean, it doesn't, I don't think it really matters either way. But what's really key is that you run the BTSU gloves. But I would run the backpack and chest if you have them both. Yeah, well, yeah, because one of the more important things for a healer is to reset people's hives or overcharge their skills. You know what I mean? So you just want to make sure you, especially the hard content, you know, like if you're doing it for raids or incursion, it's absolutely required that the healer does that. But in legendary content or randos that you're hooking up with, it might not even have hives. But still, everybody carries skills, and so overcharging people's skills is still good. But yeah, overcharging your heals is also part of it. Yeah, if you're doing masters and legendaries, a lot of people usually have those. Yeah, so that's the best straight up healer build. And, you know, whether you run the backpack or not is not going to make a difference in legendary. But I would just go ahead and run it by default. And then your final piece would be an Alps Summit for stronger heals. You could also go, I mean, it's sort of up to you, and it does depend on the content. You know, you can go duration for your chems to last longer, which ends up means that you don't use as much ammo. Chem ammo. You could also, so you got Alps for stronger heals, and then you can put on skill haste to get your heals back faster. But Alps is the default for that. Okay, so if we pick the right guy here, which is not going to be in the engineer or the grunt. So her. So we got a couple engineers. So I think it'd be her. Is she the right one? No. What the fuck? Because earlier, I swear we hit her and it counted. Okay, let's look at this grunt. Nope. And that engineer takes 14? What the fuck? Okay, let me bail. I don't get it. I don't get it. Is he not an engineer? He's not. He must not be an engineer. But we shot him in the last control point and we didn't get that damage. So if he's an engineer, he's tier 2, and we shouldn't be pulling that kind of damage off of him. If he's a controller, then okay. But we shot him in the last control point, and it didn't work. Okay, so he's our next test. So we got to keep shooting that dude and see if we get consistent numbers. Not for a true healer build. Now, I was just about to say, Bozzy, that if you decide to go as an alternate healer, which I would prefer as a player, then Refactor is really good because you're constantly healing and you're contributing to damage. Or if you're going into one that has lots of explosives, such as the hardest one, what is it called? Out here, Tidal. Yeah, so Tidal Basin's a pain in the ass. Lots of explosive ladies, and they hide way in the back. And then you got the all the tech. That one, their measured assembly is, in my opinion, way better than just some standard healer. And you're healing. You're healing and you're blocking explosives. So smart cover. Okay, so here's this purple tech guy. Let's see what we hit against him. Wait, is there another one? There's another one right there. Yep. So you took 12, almost 13 million non-crit. Okay, let me clear the tech. Okay, so we're clear. Now let's hit this purple guy and see if we get something similar. Yeah, we do. So he must be considered a controller. We have to create a fucking mind map for this shit. Wow, he's sniping me with his fucking shotgun like a dick. Yeah, it's pretty far away for a shotgun. An M870.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Yeah, sorry about the lag. 12.9. So 12.9 on a riot foamer. So let me kill this stack. Okay, let's see if how hard we can hit that boss on our first shot. I could just land it.
Take it to pieces.
Dry. Gotta reload. I'm here to cover you.
12.9. Yeah, so that's 2 shot in bosses from a fresh start. So, nothing new.
Get the fuck away from
It's getting laggier, isn't it?
Detecting additional hostile
I
contacts.
think that one had a heart attack. She just died.
that cover will help me flank them.
I got you.
Ugh, it's getting a little bit unbearable. The lag.
Change mag.
So rushers are counted? I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I just don't. Because this one, I think I get it. It's not. So first shot, I hit the what would be considered in my mind an immobilizer, and that's a tier 2. So amplifies weapon damage by 125% to the highest ranking enemies within the tier hierarchy. What does that mean then? Because I'm hitting the same damage on an immobilizer as I am an engineer. Or the engineer is actually a controller. I don't get it. I don't get the tier thing. It's just like, what the fuck is it?
Throwing a grenade. I'm coming for you.
So he doesn't count. That's consistent. He's an assault. And I only know that because Yannick mentioned that. But here's another. I'd have to lose my stack. Need to lose it.
Grenade deployed.
Okay, it's gone. Okay, so I don't know what she's considered, but she's low tier.
Heavily armored hostile detected.
That's a big boy right there. So he'd be considered tier 1. Let's see what our headshot hits at. He's got a helmet, of course. Yep. So he's tier 1. Boss. 21. She didn't count. That was low damage. She should have been at 50. Yeah. So we didn't get any buff from her. So just because she's a boss, she doesn't make her tier 1, you know? Here's an engineer again. He took low damage. Maybe it does have to do with ranks then. Okay, so medic would be considered a tier 1, and he's an elite. Which means it's probably going to be a guaranteed 12-9. But on her, 6.4, right? And that was with the crit. So she doesn't count. So just because she was a boss didn't guarantee. Also, she was the wrong hierarchy.
I'll go around. I'm here to cover you. Someone cover me while I
I want to try to get that medic and see. Let me get rid of my headhunter. Can spend all afternoon tomorrow figuring out who the fuck is a tier 1, right? Or why tier 2 enemies are taking such high damage. See, 14.5, first shot, guys. First shot. So, I mean, that one was easy because a medic is easy to spot, right? So, but he happened to also be an elite medic. So, amplifies weapon damage by 125% to the highest ranking enemies within the tier hierarchy. So I interpreted ranking as the tier. The tiers are ranked. Tier 1 being the highest. Tier 3 being the lowest. But I think it's saying it's got to be... I don't know what the fuck it's saying. I was thinking it's got to say, and it can't just be a purple medic. It's got to be an elite medic. Except you saw that I shot a purple dude, a veteran dude, and got the same number of the engineers.
Supply room access.
I mean, it is possible that they haven't, you know, sorted out the hierarchies, but you think that would have been like day 1 of the game. Let's check on this control point.
Hostile control point detected.
So, sorry. We want a purple one. Ideally, a purple one, like a purple medic, or so the mobilizer counted last time. He's counting this time too. It was lesser damage though, 11.9. So we know the I guess the controller dudes are counting, right? Like these guys? Oh, not AM, that's a grunt. Mobilizer counts, I guess. So this would be an engineer. Yep, he counted. So he was purple, right? So we got peak damage on a purple engineer. So if we look at that, engineer is a tier 2 for sure. I mean, he's not a medic. The medics are the guys with the drones. Here's the mobilizer. First shot, 10 mil. Okay, so here we got an engineer. 12 million. Gold. I mean, he might have been considered a controller, but either way, it works against him. I just don't know if color counts or not, you know? Okay, here's a medic. 12.9 peak damage. Medic gold. But we already tested that one. Gold immobilizer. We got shit damage on him. What the fuck? Because earlier we got good damage against him. That's what set off the confusion. I mean, we know he's for sure. Yep, 12.9. It doesn't say up to. It doesn't. Yeah, totally. And maybe that's what's missing. Maybe they just need to add basic terminology that you would include. That's why it's confusing. Like, why have 3 tiers if it's only working on 1 tier? You know? But it doesn't say that. It says amplifies weapon damage by 125% to the highest ranking enemies within the tier hierarchy. I mean, I guess that means up to, and we're just allowed to. Okay, look at this guy. 6.4. And then 5.7. That's shit damage. But on the last one, we got, on the last control point against the same guy, we confirmed he was hitting at 12.9. Wait. Maybe there has to be more than one of them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? So if there's like 2 engineers and one of them is purple, then it's the gold one that gets it. I don't know. Fuck. See, look at that. 14.5. First kill, medic. Okay, that's straightforward. We know that, guys. Counts. A gold medic is easy. But look at this. Look at this guy. In the last control point, he hit at 12.9. Confirmed. And a minute ago, we got 5.5. Now he's getting it. I don't fucking get it. I'm wondering if it does depend on how many other enemies are on the field. And then it's the highest ranking one that takes damage. And the highest ranking one is determined by tier. So what I'm saying is, like, if there's 3 guys on the field and one of them is the engineer, and the engineer is tier 1, then he's going to take the most damage. Just as an example. Or a controller in this case. So if you had a grenadier and a mini tank and a controller, the controller is the one giving you the 125 million damage.
I've got you covered.
Okay, she just took 12.9 million. You see what I'm saying? Earlier, we tested her and she only took 5 million. She's the grenadier lady. We were like, okay, she must be an average grunt, right?
Quick about it.
It has something to do with who's on the field. It's annoying. Okay, so let's take out his turret. Okay, so I lost my headhunter. Good. So we got a grunt on the field. We got an engineer on the field. And then a riot foamer. So the riot foamer is an immobilizer. So he should be the lesser damage. He's a tier 2. See that? Engineer should be, or controller, whatever you want to call this fucker. Depends on what he's called. Yeah, so he is called an engineer because he took 5.4 million, which is also shit damage. So the grunt, it's gotta be the lowest guy, right?
Heavily armored hostile detected.
Okay, who do we got here? So we got an engineer and a medic. So the engineer we knew took 12.9. Let's try him again. Now that there's a medic on the field, the medic might be the priority now. Fuck. Get out of here. So it's the variable is the medic, in my opinion. So let's take this purple guy, yellow guy, I mean. Yep. So earlier he took 12.9. And so if we take out the medic, there you go, he took 12.9. Let's take out this turret. Now we do have a boss on the field, so now the boss might be the highest ranking officer, but confusing as fuck. He only took 5.7. So the boss must be an immobilizer, a highest ranking immobilizer. Yeah, so she would supersede. Because the immobilizer and the engineers are on the same tier. And she's named, which makes her the highest ranking archetype in tier 2. The immobilizer. Which is why they only took 5 million damage. She only took 4.8. That's confusing as fuck. They're gonna have to fix that shit. Sorry. I mean, if you can't figure it out in the first couple of minutes, it's bullshit. You know what I mean? Because it's like, nobody wants a talent complicated like that, you know?
Supply room access.
But the boss was based on her numbers, you're right. A boss came out as a tier 3 or a tier 2. I don't know, but she was an immobilizer. I mean, that enemy even says it, right? When they come out, they go, immobilizing. So. Maybe there's data online. I'll have to look into it, see if somebody's figured out that pattern. I mean, I'll figure it out eventually, but it's very fucking confusing. And testing range, I can't imagine is going to help us here because there's no variable archetypes. But either way, even if we figure it out, it should be simplified. It's just dumb to make it so confusing. You're already having to remember who's who, the difference between a controller and an engineer. So I'm guessing an engineer must be a tank engineer, like somebody that manages that. And then a controller is somebody who manages turrets. So you have a controller for the hyenas, and then you have a controller for the true sons. And as far as engineers go, True Sons has one, and then the Black Tusk has one. I mean, what's a support? What's a support dude? You know? It's not a heavy gunner. Unless a heavy gunner is support. Yeah. I mean, that's half of the confusion is some of these we're just not used to. I'm not used to calling them what they are. So it is a little frustrating because you think you got it and you're like, well, now that I swear I was like, I shot that guy and I crossed him off the list saying he doesn't count and now he's counting, you know? There's some variable in there.
Agent, we need you back in New York. Cleaners in Brooklyn. We need reinforcements.
Incursions are back.
We got a distress call from an Agent Hoskins. Bell is ready to take you to Brooklyn.
Support is the medic, but there is a medic. We have the medic category, though, too. I hear you on that. It would make sense. Unless you're saying support is the support healer medic, and then we have an actual medic. I could see that. The one that puts the healing stations down. And then we have the actual medic. I could see that. Because the medic is the one that revives, right? That's their job. So support was the one that heals. So I could see that. Yeah. What the fuck is a bodyguard? I think a bodyguard must be like in the raid where those guys come out with the big shields. Or are those shields? The hell is a bodyguard? Yeah. Except in tier 1, they have the shield too, so that's where it kind of gets a little shifty. All right, folks, well, I'll tinker some more, and then we will continue the journey throughout the weekend. But I'm going to log out here and finish uploading this video on the gear set, and you guys can check it out in the morning, and then we'll get back at it tomorrow, and I'll share my findings on the Shroud ultimately, and then we'll move on to things like the gloves and what is it? The brand set, and that's probably it. I don't think there's much to say about the named weapons and stuff. So, all right, folks, thanks for hanging. Catch you later.